everybody. Josh and David here for Whiskey Wednesday for Argonaut Wine and Liquor. We're joined with our special guest, Brian from Barr Hill. Tell us a little bit about some of what they got going on. Brian, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Barr Hill is, we make America's most awarded gin in Vermont. We're in Montpelier, where we recently moved and opened a new state-of-the-art distillery in 2019. We're best known for our gin, which we're going to sample today. And for Whiskey Wednesday, I thought it'd make sense to do our barrel-aged gin as well. So what's unique about our distillery is that we were founded by a beekeeper and a home brewer. And so we use raw honey in all of our spirits. This gin is finished with raw honey. The only botanical we use is juniper. And then all that depth of flavor comes from the raw honey. So give it a smell. And
the nose is super bright.
Yeah, you said juniper, but I would have guessed a little bit more citrus forward with a hint of juniper, not like a heavy juniper bomb.
What's interesting about honey, it's such a natural, amazing product. The high pH is sometimes tastes a little acidic, like a citrus, but then it leaves a dry finish. So you get all that sweetness, and then your palate is left dry. It's a perfect blend between this new American style and these old world London dries.
So yeah, don't get a ton of that juniper again come on the palate. I would call this dessert gin.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
We say it's the gin that brings people in. A lot of people don't think they like gin, and then I'm happy to surprise them. So I benefit from those low expectations.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing for a gin that only has kind of two, things in it, honey and juniper. I mean, there's a ton of depth of flavor. Like it really starts off sweet, kind of right up front on your palate. You get that honey, that sweetness. The mid palate really is juniper, but not your like feeling like you're chewing on bark type of juniper. And then it's got a kind of really short, dry floral finish, which is really interesting and I mean really good. I really like that.
And that mouthfeel.
Yeah,
it's got a really cool mouthfeel.
It really does. It's a little thicker and fuller. We still filter it after the honey, but all of the presence of the honey is there. I think it's perfect to drink. You can almost drink it neat. I like it just with ice or water, but of course in cocktails it's 90 proof, so it stands up really well in a mixed drink as well. But we say that Barr Hill is landcrafted because there's millions of plants worth of honey by the time we add a little bit into our gin. And this Tomcat is the same gin but barrel aged. So we do 6 to 9 months in first use charred American oak barrels. We do mostly 30-gallon barrels, which is a little bit smaller, so more interaction with the spirit. And this will appeal to your Whiskey Wednesday fans. Because
it's interesting. The nose, obviously everything that was there on this is still there, but there's like a woodiness, but it's almost not oakiness. It's almost more of like a hickory or some other type of wood on it. It's really interesting.
I agree. Kind of like you're standing in the forest.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Instead of like that juniper pine, it's like actual pine tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really pulling the terroir from the earth with the honey, with the wood, and the result is just delicious, approachable, and it really surprises people again who think they don't like gin. And we plug it in recipes like an old fashioned where you'd normally use bourbon. It makes an amazing Negroni. We do a really fun program in September called Bees Knees Week, and Argonauts participated the past few years. In fact, last year we had this amazing opportunity where we sampled our honey in Argonaut, and you guys had honey from, shout out to Coel Farms, from the rooftop.
Yep.
And it was amazing. It was so delicious. So when we get to Bees Knees Week, we started that in 2017. It is now the largest sustainability campaign in spirits. And so we really have taken the world by storm, and New York Times just wrote us up for the resurgence of Bees Knees because of our Bees Knees Week. So that'll come up in September, and hopefully we can participate with Argonaut again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then, the palate on this is just awesome. It's really great how the wood almost brings out a bunch of those floral notes at the end. You get some, lavender. Definitely, both of those. I hadn't tried these in a while, but I forgot how much I really like these gins. I love these.
It's amazing stuff, and I pull all these baking spice flavors. I think of ginger snaps and kind of the winter time, but
that's exactly what I was going to say. A little bit of cinnamon, ginger, completely different. and
Yeah.
just with a little bit of age and the barrel, it picked up a lot of that characteristic from it.
Definitely.
We really try to balance all of our flavors. Our Ryan Christensen was a home brewer, and so he sort of uses the honey like malt for sweetness and the juniper like hops for bitterness, and the end result balanced and delicious.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we've got a little treat for you.
Yeah.
We are releasing a barrel pick today. So this is our newest High West barrel pick, second of the year. But this is American Prairie Bourbon finished in PX Sherry. So these are great. I mean, I always love our High West barrel picks, so I'm really excited for this one. And on the nose, I mean, I don't know if it's because I've been around the honey gins, but I mean, I do get like a honey sweetness on the nose.
Syrupy, yeah.
Yeah, definitely like some molasses, some of that kind of honey syrupy sweetness.
When you think of Pedro Jimenez, you think of all those rich flavors, you know, and I can see it come through here. I just love whiskey finish with sherry.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, palate really follows. I mean, it's got it's got some of that maple syrup, some of that kind of molasses, a little bit that some of those darker tones.
Yeah.
But definitely not like heavy or anything like that. That's something you could go through a decent amount of the bottle and not even notice it.
Almost all the High West stuff is that way, the way they finish it. I get a little bit of that cognac notes on the back end as well, kind of like some of our Stranahan's barrel picks.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, super good, and obviously all the High West picks are pretty reasonably priced.
Yeah, I believe this guy's on the shelf right now, $59.99, as well as our double rye finished in Manhattan barrels. We still have some of that, so both of those are available right now. And since we didn't get to draw our name for the opportunity to purchase this bottle of Heaven Hill 20-year last week because I was in Kentucky, we're going to go ahead and do that now.
All right. So, our winner today is Nick Arias.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Nick. Have the bottle ready for you to pick up in about 30 minutes.
Yep.
So come on down to the store. We'll have anybody can get it for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, awesome.
Definitely. And then this week is a huge week at the Argonaut. We've got some awesome events coming up, starting tomorrow, going all the way through Saturday. So tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, we'll have food trucks at the store. Tomorrow is going to be
Modelo with the Lotte tacos.
Yep.
Friday, we got a churro truck with Dos Equis, and also giving away that Traeger grill I mentioned in the Psalm Saturday videos.
Yep.
And then I believe we also have another taco truck
on Saturday.
On Friday. And then Saturday,
yes,
we
on
have
Friday.
Another one with Don Julio.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Yep. So
lots of tacos
all
and
those
some churros.
All those, will basically be from 3 to 6 each day. Come on down, definitely grab some tacos, a couple churros, and there's going to be a bunch of great picks out. Nothing from the Kentucky trip yet. Obviously, those are going to take a couple months probably to get to us, but we'll get them in as soon as possible. So come on down, give them a shot. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.